You want your app to be usable, consistent, and clear. You want it to be 100% proof so you'll never ever need to redesign what already works. Well, obviously that's impossible. In reality, when you design an app, you have to deal with deadlines. Deadlines lead to shortcuts, and shortcuts pile up over time, and one day you have the whole project workflow is blocked by uxdebt. Hi, I'm Eleken, the owner of Eleken product design agency. For the last 7 years, I've been helping SaaS startups to beat up uxdebt with redesign. Today, I'm going to explain what uxdebt is and how to deal with the problems that have built up over time. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell button if you find this content useful. You probably heard about technical debt. It's the invisible cost of suboptimal solutions and quick fixes that engineers make. The UX debt is a very visible bunch of accumulated design mistakes, like user flow dead ends and inconsistent UI components. It's called debt because, just like with loan from your bank, the more you wait, the more you pay. Likewise, the cost of fixing problems after launch is always higher than the launch ideal solutions. Likewise, the cost of fixing problems after launch is always higher than launching ideal solutions. And let's not forget, when you ignore UX debt, your user experience thinks, your customers churn, and your whole business runs aground. It's always easier to prevent than to treat. So let's start with 3 reasons that cause UX debt so you can avoid creating new problems in the future. The first reason is startup culture. Remember the famous startup mantra popularized by Facebook? It says, move fast and break things. IDEO has a similar motto, fail faster to succeed sooner. It's a typical strategy for startup to prioritize speed shipping over product consistency. And sometimes this strategy makes sense. But remember, the longer you delay tackling the debt, the higher the cost you'll pay. Reason number 2 is poor communication or documentation. Too many cooks spoil the broth, and it also applies to UX design. Large projects that involve multiple UX teams require a clear understanding of UX product vision. Otherwise, they can create conflicting elements. I recommend setting up a common design system. It will help to maintain a shared language across different pages and channels. The last reason is skip testing. Quality assurance and usability testing before releasing new features is super useful. It allows identifying design problems early and prevent them from triggering new problems later. Ongoing testing is also important. It helps to understand the overall health of user experience and detect issues that you have missed before. But given the product teams work under pressure to ship new functionality, they rarely find the time for proper testing. As a result, UX debt inevitably leads to friction for customers and needs to be solved. Now I'll give you a 3-step framework for dealing with your debt. So, how to solve the UX debt? Step 1. Detect the debts. In this step, you'll create backlog of possible incurred debts. This can be done by regular audits or usability testing. You need to analyze user interface elements that include buttons, links, and fonts, interaction design, movements from page to page, animations, and scrolling effects. Clarity of content, like labels and headlines. Accessibility, like contrast, text alternatives, and such. Information architecture, and finally, overall customer journey consistency. Step 2. Prioritize debts. You cannot deal with all your debts at once. You need to start small, so you want to prioritize each debt. Apart from priority, your backlog must contain impact, criticality, and amount of effort required for the task. I personally recommend using a priority matrix for this step. And the final step is resolve the debts. One way to fix UX debt is to include a couple of issues in each sprint. As a result, the team's productivity won't be much affected and the debt will decline steadily. Another way is to dedicate one sprint per quarter to completely get rid of accumulated debts. Whatever you choose, don't hide your problems in the darkest app corner. Otherwise, the situation will escalate to extremes. That's all for now. I hope that was useful. Hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.